Okay, what I have been up to lately and been pretty involved in is I get these free local shiny magazines. This is a half of one page, I should say, because I cut them in half. Okay, there's like, I don't think this is the, might have been actually, this might have been the whole page. Whoops. And yeah, probably is. Anyway, I cut them, they're a little like 8.5 by 11, but I cut them in half this way. And then what I end up with is this. So I have a whole bunch of them. And what I do is I cover the dark spots of the paper with gesso, which takes quite a bit of time. I almost do some every single morning when I get up, because I never know if I'm going to use solid paper or my printed deli wrap, which would show an awful lot of the background perhaps. Okay, so here's the first one that I decorated. I've made this double, has a paper clip here and a paper clip here, and it's on both sides, and it makes a great closure for one of these. In fact, this is, let's see if I can still be in frame. This is the equivalent of just one half of one page, like so, which is really quite a lot to decorate. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is an 8-page needing decoration. So this is the first one that I kind of completed. I've been working on several of them in pieces, but this is a favorite paper. Now, I wouldn't have had to use gesso on this because this was printed on copy paper. And as was this. And then I made one of these little flippy things and some tags. And I hinged it on this one page, which is really like this double page. Okay, and then I opened it up. And I have a little cellophane, not a cellophane, but a quotation by Audrey Hepburn that I wrote on the inside of a laminating pouch and then laminated it. What I should have done is put a little nice border around it, but in the future I will. Same thing here. These are from Antique Papery, which no longer exists on Etsy. These papers are so gorgeous. I have really so much fun with them. I love them. So on the inside now, there's another opening like that. On the inside, I maybe collaged a little bit in the back. And then I have one of these insert type of things here. I'm not sure what's, what's underneath must be my tag. Yeah, I was wondering what that black and white was underneath there. But it's a tag. And then on this side, I have one of my favorite folding things that I like to do. And that is these multiple folds. In fact, I have, whoops, I got some glue there. I have actually enabled me to use the Silhouette Studio and design a piece that looks like this. Now, these I've done in mini. But if this were covering pretty much the whole page, it would end up being this size. So I make them in different sizes. And what I have done is I know that this part would be the part that shows up in here. So that's one pattern. These are the other two corners here and here, small. Picture this large, filling up a whole sheet. Because I'll tell you what I've done since then. And then these two are these pieces that go like that. I don't have the exact printout of this one that I did. And what I do is I just plunk using the digital capability of my Silhouette Studio and all of the papers that I have bought from various sources. I just plunk them into the spots where I want them. And I'll talk more about this in a minute. I do that with a lot of things. At any rate, so there's actually, if you unfolded this, you would see lots of white space that's all hidden behind it. So my ink doesn't have to fill up the space. Plus, I just kind of got a kick out of being able to do this and visualize it. Anyway, this is one of my favorite little folds, origami folds. I forgot where I got it from, but I probably saw it on Instagram, maybe. Anyway, so I hinged this here, and I have some of my little, I put paint in a tight little squeeze bottle and put some gold on there. But this has also the, it has a, whoops, let me see if I can find a piece of paper. Yeah, see, it has a pocket on the back, which is why I like doing this. So it has a pocket here, there's one here, and here, and here, and I have a little something tucked in there, tuck spot, which I could probably glue down, which would be pretty. Anyway, but it's a tuck spot. So this is just one handy dandy little pocket. Again, my tags are sort of interchangeable. I've got so many of them. This one here I haven't done anything with. I probably will put a pocket on there. Just haven't gotten around to it. Have a pocket here. This is, like I said before, this is tissue paper, which is why it's helpful not to have to have gesso on these pages that I just showed you, like so, you know. But once all is said and done, this is like one of them, and that's the one I'm just dealing with right now, is one. Okay, so I can close this up, and I think I've got it folded wrong. Let me do this right. Yeah, in and in, and then together. And then I decorated the outside with a couple of things that I haven't finished. I need to find my magnets, because this is like a thing that goes over the edge and it should have magnets on it, but I don't know where they are at the moment. So I have some tags in this little corner tuck spot, and this I will work later. So this is just one of these foldings. One. Now, what I've done is used the tab method, and before I started decorating them, there's 5 of these together. So this is 1, and this is actually 5 of these pages, gessoed if where needed. And then I decorated them. I don't know if I'm in frame. I hope I am. Let me see if I am. And I finally have finished one, but it is a lot of decorating, let me tell you. I could spend much time doing that. Now, am I complete? No, this probably needs a focal point or something, and maybe some words, but it's a collage to page. And then these, let's see if I can get this over more. Yeah, I had fun. Now I'm going to digress here. This is a collaged paper using printed deli wrap. See, different patterns overlapping. And then this is some paper that I bought from Amazon that I don't like to use for anything, as it turns out, much. And it comes like in 4 different patterns, but they have the pattern colored on both sides of the paper. So when I need something that is similar to coffee dyed, but not coffee dyed. So now one of the papers is this, it has this dark color. So there's like 4 choices of the paper. This is my favorite one, and I think there's this one and then 2 others, if I'm not mistaken. Might only be 3. Anyway, so it's a whole stack of them. The paper is really not great paper for many things. This could be printed on, and so could this, because there are some lighter spots, but it would end up being very dark. Okay, so As everybody knows, let's see, I am crazy about making my zines. It's one of my favorite things. I'm looking over here. Oh yeah, here it is. You know, this is a specially folded 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper that makes a zine. I haven't, let's see if I've glued this one at the bottom. Usually I do, and sometimes I don't know. See, this will be a big pocket in here, and I usually glue it from here to here on the inside. And every other page has an alternating pocket. This has a pocket that only is from the top. I'll have to glue the bottom. This one has the side, and this one has the top as well. So here's a piece of printed deli wrap I'm kind of thinking of putting in here. So it's just sitting in there. I haven't done anything with it. But anyway, I love my zines. They produce 8 lovely pages and 4 great pockets for putting tags in, even before you add any pockets to the pages. So they're just handy, and they make the most wonderful. I just round the corners when I'm getting ready to finish it off and fold it. You can look up on the internet anywhere zines, and it will show you what to do. And I just have made really, I don't want to say hundreds, but I've made a whole lot of these, and I print them. I have a way of using the same software to print each one of these pages. Some of mine have, as you'll see in the smaller ones that I've made, some of them. Well, the other day I was looking at Instagram, and there was a reel. Of course, it went too fast, and it wasn't instructions, but I could tell it was an 8.5 sheet of paper cut in half, so that it was 5.5 each section. And then so the paper would look more rectangular, so one and one here, and then folded the same way I did the zine. And I don't know why I didn't think of that sooner, because I love mini books. I love them, and they're so easy to make. Now here's one that I made. I might have been the first one, I don't know. And this is one, if I didn't have it glued, and I do have it glued. See, I glue the pockets on the inside. And I learned a couple of things doing this. When I do the thumb hole, I really need to only do the front page, the front part of the pocket. Because when you have this cut out on this side and this side, it makes it difficult getting things in. You have to fiddle with it more than I like to fiddle. You know, it's like you have to get it right in there. Of course, this won't fit. This could fit, actually, to the first one. Let's see. Maybe not. This is a paper clip at any rate, so I wouldn't want to put that in there. But no, it's not. It's obviously too big. Anyway. Okay, so this is one I printed using my software. So it becomes a lovely little booklet that becomes an insert into journals, like this. This is an insert here. I could also use a larger one. I won't particularly use that one because I'm still contemplating what I'm doing with it. G-Car had these adorable little origami folded things, and I love origami folded things. And that's what this is. Oops, upside down, has my initial in it, and closes. And then I just put a little ribbon bow thing as a closure. Oh well, I'll get that on later maybe. Yeah, there we go. And that could go on the inside of a zine. I am, you know, I can use it for a pocket in here. Okay, so now I made probably 100 of these. And now I can make these, which I love. I also love them when they're plain. Here's one of my favorite ones that I made out of this same paper down here. And I miniaturized a print on a napkin here and here. You may have seen that napkin. As a matter of fact, I pulled some of the brown off there. And I'll probably take a darker brown and fill it in, but I think he needs to be darker. Anyway, it's not the right brown. It needs to be much darker than that, which I'll work on. But look at the fun I have been having with these little miniatures. They are so much fun. The wonderful pocket that I just showed you, that I said is so useful, sorry for the hand, like this great big flippy, started off being a book page, but now I make them out of various prints. And I make these a lot. And I made this size, and then I graduated down to a smaller size that would fit inside of these. I don't have one to show you at the moment, but there's another one that I've been making that fits right inside one of these pages, so it's this big. So now I have miniaturized them. Let me see if I can make sure you can all see, or I can see. By the way, this thing, if you want to just see your hand, the whole thing fits in your hand like this. And what it is, it's 2 inches this way and not quite 3. So be 2 and 2.5 actually. Yeah, 2 3/4. So it's 2 3/4 this way, 2 inches this way. But, and I hadn't learned not to put the little notch on both sides. I think this might have been the second one I did. And I just stuck it, this is pocket. But this one here, like I said, is that same folding pocket. Oops, no, I don't. This is yet another one. Okay, this is a different fold, and I'll show you that in a minute. But it is what I call, let's see, and I can't find out where let's see if I can have it here. Nope, I didn't. Oh yeah, here it is. Here's one. I print them out like this now. Okay, so that's this pocket here. There's 2. In fact, yeah, they're really cool to make. And because I print them out, I even use some Edith Holden prints. And what happens is, as you can probably figure out, you fold it here, you cut it as shown, and you fold it here, flip it over. This goes up on top of this part, and this piece comes around on this part. So you don't need double-sided paper. All you need to do is have this pocket designed exactly like this. And you can make it all one color, all one pattern. You don't have to do all the things that I have fun doing, which means make each section something a little bit different. Anyway, that's what I did in this booklet right here. That's what this pocket is, and believe me, it's tiny. Let's see. These are 1 1/4 inch wide, and let's see, not quite 2 inches. No, not 2 inches at all. 1 1/4 inch wide and 1 inch tall. As you can see, they're little inchies. But this has a pocket. That's the one that flips up. If you look in here, this one ultimately is this piece, say down here. In fact, this might be the same exact pattern that I used. I don't know. Yeah, I think it is. Yep. Anyway, and I now have it filled with little tags. I'm going to take them out. You see how little they are. And sometimes I cut them and just print them out twice. And so anyway, and now this is the one that has the little wrapping piece right here. So you can put a tag in there, and of course the same tag could be on this side, down in here. And this already has a little half a tag. See? So that's one, and I hinged it. Let's put this back so don't forget it. Again, having these double spots and looking through the camera is only the worst thing I could possibly do. It takes my eye. Anyway, so this is the tag that's in the back. This one's in the front. This one is another tag, the back of that tag, and then yet another tag, all in 1 inch. So this is the exact same thing, and I don't have it filled yet with the tags. And you flip this open. I have one little tag sitting here on the back. And there you go. So that's on one page. Now remember, this is just a tiny, tiny little booklet. And then I cut a piece of printed deli wrap with a William Morris print that I love. And another thing, I stamped again the inside of a laminating pouch with this butterfly, then laminated it, and then cut it out so it makes a pretty little insert. And the piece that I had left over, what I find, again, I think this time I was starting to learn. No, I still put the thing wrong. I try to use things at the top because these booklets end up being fatter down here than up here. So I'm always looking for ways to poof out this top section. And this helps a little bit. I could actually put one of these little booklets in there if I wanted. Let's see. Yeah. Well, no, this is a whole new one. I'd have to make something smaller. Right. Because I need an insert. I forgot. But anyway, so this is a pocket with some more little tags. And this has the pocket that I was just showing you, that I wanted to show you earlier. And I'm using it as an insert. So this is the same pocket that I have here. Same exact pocket, miniaturized. This is the one that I put on a hinge for the larger journals. But now with these little ones, this little pocket has a tag here, here, here. And look at the pretty patterns I was able to get on it. And then, of course, there's a pocket here, which is why I like to put it on a hinge. But you can also put it inside of another pocket, which is what I did here. And I will show you what those look like. In fact, what I have found is I could get, I'm trying to think of how many I could get on a page. Once I made them much, much smaller, I used the same model that I had done making the larger ones and just made them smaller. And this you don't cut out the white. You leave the white. What you do is you makes it nice because all you're cutting out is the black line. You're cutting out a rectangle. And then all the magic happens in the folding. And I have a separate video showing how I fold these. And you're just folding them smaller. So I think I can get, 1, 2, 3, at least 3 of these, if not 4, on a page. And this one here, let's see, I believe that's this one right here. Yeah, or very close, yeah. See how this pattern matches right there? So this here folds up, see? And this part goes onto the back, and these things float around on the top. I added one more little triangle here. That's what this little piece is here on some subsequent patterns, like this one here. I added digitally so that I have two of these tuck spots right here. But on this one here, this is exactly this piece. Like I say, I cut out on the black line and then proceed to fold it. And then I have these things arranged so that the text reads right this way, and it reads right this way. And if I had text, I make sure that these things read properly most of the time. Anyway, so when I cut this thing out, this little, and it ends up being 3 inches by 4.5. So it's 4.5 by 3 when I start. And it ends up being this, where did it go? This cute little pocket. So I think this is going to be 26 minutes. And I'm going to, I just love these little booklets so much. I'm having just way too much fun with them. Here's one I made that I printed. So it has all the pages printed. Didn't have to do anything to this, just fold it. Cut it and fold it. I did use another little belly band here, you know, in the attempt to try to get something that would fill out the tops. And let's see if I have another one. Here I have just a clip, which is actually not using a clip at all, just sturdy cardboard. And you just design it so that it'll just hang over a page or closure. Here's another one, another little booklet I made with the pockets. Oh, I think I might have been, nope, I still wasn't getting smart. Yeah, I was here. See, I finally figured out, do not cut the back. And this is that paper that's just marbly. And just some little pockets that I've made. So I haven't done anything, but you can see I have loads to cut out. So I have, these are the folding, wrapping, and folding. And these are the origami folded. And then I've made some huge number of standalone pockets in different designs. And what I do is I use the computer, so I keep this grungy looking edge, and then I can replace this with another pattern just by overlaying it on the top and then printing it. So I can, it's like a template for me, but I wanted the coffee colored border and the grungy stuff around the edge. So I just take some, digitally take my pattern and place it into the area that makes these all different. So look at all the pockets that I've got. So I will not have trouble. And then I also have made some small tags. All right, so as I said before, these can occupy me for many, many moons. Here's a pocket I put up here, again, in an attempt to bulk out the top of a page, not always the bottom. And these were also coffee dyed, printed deli wrap. So you can't read what was underneath there because it did have gesso on. But now this would be one of the elements, like this one here. Okay, so this is one, and this thing has 5, but this has the one, and so there's nothing flapping over on this unless I make something like, you know, something that hinges hinges and flaps, which I might do. But then the next one, again, has the opening, and it has a hinged area as well, and beautiful papers. But I will be, this is now filling it with pockets. Then this is like an overall spread, and then that's 2. Okay, so now I've talked about 2, and I flip this over, and here's another one, and I haven't done much more with it than to cover the pages. And then this one I've got to find on my computer where I put these cute little pockets, because I really do love them. And so this has a pocket. These have pockets on this side. And this is, another one. And this is opening. And a belly band. And I have one of my zines. I told you I made almost 100 of them. This is my favorite little zine. And again, you see this, I didn't show you this before, but that tiny pocket that I have over here. Let's see if I can find it now. Oh, it was sitting inside here, so I've probably lost it. Oh, here it is. Okay, that folding thing that I told you I make, this is the one I make in the downsize mode for the zine. And like I said, this little one could actually be used in there. So you could have, and if you have a larger journal, you could have the 3 of them, the large one, the medium, and the mini. And they're so easy to make, so easy. But I like this little one fitting inside of this little pocket. So you can decorate these little books to your heart content. They're just so sweet. They contain 8 pages to decorate, front and back, and they'll fit just lovely inside of a belly band. And this is another belly band. I put one here and one here. Of course, this folds, but the idea is sometimes putting stuff on the diagonal makes it kind of different and interesting, and then enables me to put more thickness up at the top. So, but it's quite useful. For example, this probably could fit in there. I'm not sure. It might. No. Well, yeah. Well, it could if I used this, pushed it way down. I mean, why would I do that, right? No, forget about that. Fits perfectly over here. And this fits perfectly over here. And sideways or otherwise. Again, so now I'm on, I think, the 3rd one. Yeah, this is 3 of these. I believe that's right. Let's see, 1, 2, oh, I'm sorry, 3. Nope, this is 4. And this is the one that opens up this way, closes, pocket. And then now I'm on the last one. Again. You can see how much fun they are. And then I used another one of these larger. You know, the large one compared to this wee little one. Where did she go? So the wee little one and that one in the middle. So this is just so handy. This one here is another little wee little book. But this is a little bit different. It has little writing space, actually. Anybody who can write that small. I think Julie Crafts demoed how to make these, and so I made a few of those as well, because again, they make just the cutest little inserts. This pocket is on a hinge and has a pocket in the back. And this is also on a hinge I haven't done anything to the back, but I could, and I will. And this is yet another pocket that originated from using a book page. But I have since, oh, there it is. It has an insert here. I can decorate this with yet another pocket or something. And this has a tuck spot. And it would have a big tag in here. And I could do more, I'm sorry, with this edge. But it started off as one of those book page folding thingies. All right, I just wanted to be able to, for my memory, if for no other reason, as I look at this thing a year from now, this is fabric, cheesecloth under here, and I just have too much fun.